Hotel, Org Essence, coming at you. Once again, here we are. I come this time to enlighten y'all on what is the org. What is Org Essence? And I'm just going to come straight out with it. Org equals origin equals original. The org basically is our origin, our spiritual origin. Spirit, spiritual, meaning before anything physical and anything else ever came to be. That's our true origin. I mean, it ain't in the book, it's spirit. Because last time I checked, the universal prime creator, once again, that we've been taught to call God, and God is masculine, okay? And in the scriptures it says, no man has ever seen God. So, being that that is true, because one cannot see spirit with a human eye, you may be able to look at it from a perspective of saying, from a spiritual eye, you can see spirit, but it's really not about seeing because we're talking about something that's not a physical body. So, therefore, if you cannot see spirit, there's no way one can determine that it is a he or a she because spirit is spirit. It's non-physical, so it does not have a physical body with a gender or a paint job. And the paint job, I remember on the app, on the news app, I uh, I always put up the three praying hands, and you know you can change the colors of those hands to represent whatever it is you want to represent. And somebody came on there saying, "Are you using the right emoji?" You know what I'm saying? I guess they were kind of saying the color because I love children and I always say use the praying three praying hands and I say for our little ones and they were talking the person said our little ones are using the right emoji, so I went in and said those are praying hands, and then somebody commented on it, and uh, I responded to them, and then we kind of went into a conversation about what it is that I initially responded to. Someone had murdered someone, and I believe they did it in front of the children, and I went on to say when I responded to the other lady's comment that she was like prayers for the children only. I was like absolutely, and I went into saying uh, something about uh, responding to the comments that you know God is the creator is divine spirit that does not have a physical body with a paint job. And I just kind of threw that out there to let you know that this is the way I speak everywhere. You know, this is not rehearsed. I'm not hiding nothing. I'm telling the truth because this is what the universe has been giving me these downloads. So, you know, if you can't see spirit, how you gonna tell me that it's a he or a she? First of all, spirit don't even have gender. You see what I'm saying? And furthermore, that's sexist because it says as above, so below. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking at that like, okay, I know we got a mother and a father here in the earth. So it says as above, so below. Okay, so it's got to be the same way above. So why are we always just talking about the father? You can't tell me we don't have a divine mother, and that's just it. The creator is not he or she. It's everything that needs be. You know, it's all of that. It's a balance of divine masculine inner spirit energy and a balance of divine feminine spirit energy. I mean, it can't be any other way because that would be contradictory of us having a mom and a father here. And so I just move on to my point. My point basically being, you know, that the org literally is the creator. It is the spirit of our origin, of our originality. And the essence is literally the attributes, the beingness, the concepts, the deities, the laws, the principles of our creator. So I put it as or essence because it's the essence of our origin. And I already told you before that org literally means our origin. And origin is basically the original. And so you have primary spirit, which I am. You know, I'm primary because I have an allegiance to the org. and I've never disconnected from that. And then you have secondary spirit energy, because y'all, I know y'all have heard that spirit cannot be destroyed, which is true, but it's untrue as well, because original spirit, and what I'm speaking about, the org, of course, cannot be destroyed, can be hurt, harmed, killed, or destroyed, transferred, transmuted, etc., things like that. But that secondary spirit, which consists of evil, wickedness, narcissistic, predatorial, psychopathic, sociopathic, good for nothing spirit energy, that's not original. That can be destroyed. And I'm here to enlighten you on that. And I'm asking the question as I'm going on, what spirit are you? What spirit energy are you? Are you primary? Are you the original? Are you secondary? And are you the other? Because that's literally what I call it. Basically, it's the org essence versus the other. So what are you? What spirit are you? What spirit energy are you? What are you becoming, or what have you become? Because you can literally feed this other stuff enough to where it would detach you from your org essence. And look around you. No one really has to tell who they are, because whatever type of spirit you are, that's what you will be. That's what the body gonna be. In other words, however your spirit is, that's how your body will be. There's no way you can hide it, because that is your essence. And hopefully I have explained what org essence is. It's simply our origin, because in the scriptures it says absent from the body, present with the Lord, right? What's absent from the body? No one teaches about these things. The spirit, you know what I'm saying? You do not have a spirit. You are a spirit. You have a body. Did you catch that? You do not have a spirit. You are a spirit. You have a body. So therefore, that proves that spirit is before anything else and physicality ever came to be. Your spirit is. And I learned from a great teacher by the name of Dr. Wade Nobles that spirit is. He said it sounds like some ebonics, and it does. But what he's saying is spirit doesn't have a beginning and it doesn't have an ending, being that it's the spirit of the org essence. Now, like I said, that secondary nonsense of evil and wickedness, that has a beginning and it has an ending, because it has to end, because it serves no divine purpose. So again, spirit is the spirit of the org essence is, and he was saying spirit is, because you can have spiritness, and spirituality. He said spirit is. Spiritness is being spirit, and spirituality is the quality of the spirit. So in other words, the spirituality that you practice is the quality of the spiritness that you be, that is, if that makes any sense. Because if spirit is, and spiritness is being spirit, and spirituality is the quality of that, then that means the spirituality that you practice is the quality of the spiritness that you be, of the spirit that is. So the org is our origin, is our original spiritual self. The question is, have you relinquished that power? Have you forfeited it? Because you can literally forfeit that allegiance by feeding the other, the secondary spirit energy, which has a beginning and it has an ending. Because the org essence and the spirit of our org doesn't have a beginning. And so there was no evil and wickedness there. It had to come after the fact. So I say all of this to ask you all, what spirit are you? You know what I'm saying? Who are you? How are you? And again, you can't hide these things, because the type of spirit that you are will always show itself for who it is and how it is. There's no way around it. You can't fake the funk on that. So the question is, have you forfeited your allegiance to the Oric essence? And again, like I said, because you are a spirit, you do not have a spirit. You are a spirit. You have a body, and the spirit doesn't need this body. The body needs the spirit. You see what I'm saying? Because the body could not exist without the spirit. And this spirit that's speaking to you, I am simply here to convey these messages of truth and upliftingness. You want to know who I am? The essence of the Creator is truth, respect, honor, obligation, myrrh. Myrrh is just an ancient word for love, honesty, uplifting, creating, and life-giving. You know what I'm saying? Authenticity, gratitude, compassion, empathy, passion, unity, harmony, righteousness, right order of things, reciprocity, justice, the beingness of these things, the balance of these things, and the power of that oneness and essence. And it's all about oneness, because in the Ark, we were all one spirit until this physicality came to being. We crossed the threshold from the spiritually unseen into the physically seen. We became bodies, which creates an illusion, and we appear to be separate. You understand what I'm saying? We appear to be separate because of the body. But those who have never committed or submitted to the secondary spiritual energy, the other, we are still one, and we can recognize each other. That's what I'm saying earlier. You can't fake it. You're gonna always know yourself, the same spirit that you are. You're gonna know that. You can't fake it. But you look at the Creator like a tree. You look at the Creator like a tree. Like, look, check this out. You see that? Y'all see that that tree? Look at that tree. Look at them roots. Look how those roots come out there and it's going down into the ground. Okay, look at all them branches. You can't even count those branches. They're innumerable. Okay, the Creator is the tree. Y'all know the saying, the tree of life. The Creator is the tree. And look at those branches. The Creator, that's basically the Creator extending itself outward, that none shall be without. We are the branches. You understand what I'm saying? Those roots go so deep you can't even fathom how far they go, because they don't have an ending to them. And then the height of the tree is just beautiful. You know what I'm saying? The width, etc. But my point being this: if the Creator is the tree, and the tree is the tree of life, and those branches are literally the Creator extending itself outwardly, look at that tree. Are those branches separate from the tree? Again, the tree is the Creator. Are those branches separate from the tree? And the answer is absolutely not. So what do that tell you about who the Creator is? It is literally us. So if you stay connected to that or essence, you are God, as we call it, as they taught us to call it. And that's real, because the Creator is a spirit. We are an extension of that spirit. We're not separate from that spirit. The body is separate because it's secondary. Don't get it twisted. I'm gonna read something to y'all. When you're too busy allowing somebody else to tell you how your Creator is, instead of being spiritually in sync and in oneness with your Creator, you will become confused, because now you're looking at your Creator from somebody else's mindset, and they could be totally inaccurate or incorrect altogether. Listen, I learned this from another great teacher, Dr. John Henrik Clarke. The imprisonment of your mind around concepts that you have not properly examined have made you a pawn in someone else's game, because you have not examined the game, and the game was and is to control you. it is a successful game because you have not examined the players and dismissed the game. Y'all hear that? You see, I'm into saying, you know, when all is said and done and when the smoke clears, let's see who's standing. Because like I said, the scriptures say, Psalms 82:6, God said this, ye are gods. John 10:34, Jesus was saying, do not ye know that the law of Moses said that ye are gods? Nobody teaches this. We are gods and goddesses. You see what I'm saying? And if you don't know these things and understand these things, you'll be living most of your existence based off the other and secondary spirit energy. You're not tapped into your spirit. And like I say, the more you feed that stuff, the more you form a gap between you and your original spiritual self. So, this message is truly to enlighten y'all on that's what Org Essence is. Org Essence basically is the ancient of ancients. It's the isness. You know what I'm saying? It's the Christ. K-R-S-T is the original way of spelling it. The Christ. That's what this is all about. That's the spiritness and spirituality that the Org Essence is. It's ancient. It's the ancient of ancients, meaning there is none before it. I'm still connected to that. I've never ever committed or submitted to anything else. Man, I done drank, did drugs. So I'm putting it out there before the so-called devil comes and say, hey man, that's so-and-so, so-and-so. What, when you get through, what do you hear and what do you see before you? You hear divine truth and you see a divine spirit. I done all of that to prove that it can be conquered. Because some of it was sacrificial and some was research to prove to people you don't have to stay down. It's a choice. And then you have others that was based off of trauma triggers, because everybody has some type of trauma. And you just have to come to the realization that something needs to be addressed, something needs to be fixed, because until you're willing to admit certain things, you're not gonna be able to repair yourself. It's like people always talk about believe this and believe that, or I'm not ready for this. First of all, you ain't gonna never be ready. You got to be willing to put one foot in front of the other and attempt to do something different than what you already been doing, because it's obvious that it's not working. And you have to believe in yourself in order to get a spark going. But after some period of time, believing has to become knowing, because you're going to literally have to be something. You know what I'm saying? Believing ain't enough. You believe in yourself and that'll get you started. But after so long, man, you have to be it. Because if you claiming that you believe in a loving and an uplifting and a truthful God and a kind God, guess what? You're going to have to be that same way. You're going to have to be of that same essence, that same nature, so that you would know that. Because other than that, it's irrelevant. It ain't nothing but talk. So, again, I put all this out there to let y'all know that the Org Essence basically, man, is our origin. That's our original spiritual self. And you got to sit down and ask yourself, am I still connected or have I disconnected? By feeding nonsense, evil, wickedness, narcissistic, predatory, psychopathic, and sociopathic nonsense that is good for nothing. It's secondary. And if you have detached yourself from your origin, from the Org Essence, and you're now holding hands with this secondary energy, or you will be destroyed, because it's secondary, it's not original. The Org Essence is primary. It is the original. So with all that being said, I hope that I said something that has enlightened someone, that has given someone that push that they need. Get up off your ass and do something different. Stop following up behind everybody talking about at the end of the day. Hell, end of the day is one day. We talking about lifetimes here. How about when all is said and done and when the smoke clears, I'm going to still be standing because I'm connected to the truth. That lie that everybody been telling, I don't got nothing, I don't got no parts of that. So get up, people, and do what you need to do. Be your best spiritual self. Hotep, Ashe, it is so, and so it is.